Hey, how are you? In this video, I'm going to tell you how to start an insurance agency and to do it with remote employees. Yes, you can build an insurance agency with remote employees. You don't need to have a physical location. You don't need to have people in an office. You can build it completely virtually, and I'm going to break it down exactly how to do that. Before we dive into the video, guys, I wanted to do a quick shout out to our new system, Tudo. We are affiliates with Tudo Solutions. It is the system that we use also with our we have virtual team members that we pass leads to and have pipelines. It has been working super well for us for the last 3-4 years, and also with the remote employees, it's key. This is a key essential part, and there's different systems out there, but shout out to Tudo. Boom, we'll pop it up right here. Really, recommend it. Check it out. We just started having a 14-day free trial, so you can actually try it before you actually go and decide to use it for yourself. Highly recommend it. You need to figure out how to use it the proper way. You import your own contacts, your own, data, businesses, personal contacts, people you can put them through email drip campaigns, blast emails, voicemail drops. There's a ton of things you can do with the system. Highly recommend using it for texting and emailing. That's what we do the most of in drip campaigns or other automations, Google reviews, etc. It does a lot of stuff, but highly recommend it. Check it out. It's only $99. Boom, Tudo. And let's dive into the video here. I'm going to tell you exactly how to start your own agency remotely. Okay, so first off, I want to point out that there are 3 different structures. There's not just one way to build an insurance agency. So, structure number 1, you can build an agency traditionally like you would a brick and mortar, have a physical location. You have a place where your agents can come in, sit down, have a phone, landlines, everybody's sitting there, bullpen, do your thing. You can sell insurance in an office. Structure number 2 is you have a hybrid, something in between, where you have a base team with a physical location, and you also have some team members that are virtual, maybe backup virtual assistants for service or sales. And then lastly, the third structure is you can go full remote. This is a good option for people that want to keep costs low. They're very familiar with how to use different softwares and are good with navigating computers and also just management as well. Having a virtual team, there's another layer to the management of your team and having the right systems, being able to record phone calls, keep track of them, see what they're up to, checking in with them, communicating actively. So there's another structure to it versus having a in-person or hybrid team. So I'm going to dive into first off how I built my agency, and then I'm going to kind of tell you what steps you can take to make it remotely, because I have a hybrid. My structure is structure number 2, which is the middle kind of. We have a base team, which is the core team that I built first, which is the in-office team in California. So first things first, you need to get your agency licensed, set up the structure A to Z, get the business license, get the Department of Insurance set up with a business entity license in your home state. So let's just say California, Florida, New York, wherever you are, you need to establish that first, get yourself your business entity license, and all your corporation, everything. You need to choose your home state, and that's probably where you are. You want to choose that. Unless you plan on having a physical location somewhere else, pick your home state, get your business entity, get your license, obviously, your individual license, get it with a business entity license, so set up an LLC or a corporation. Go to LegalZoom for something like that, have them help you set up that structure for an insurance agency in your state. From then you need to get, the standard stuff, errors and omissions. You need to get the other kind of structural things. Some states require a bond to get and then you need to get the appointments. So once you have all that in place, you get the appointments. The only challenging part is the appointments right now because of the current situation in the market of insurance. This is current 2023. It's a little challenging going into 2024 in about a month, and it's still pretty messed up. Just to put it frankly with everyone, it's pretty messed up. It's hard to get appointments. Carriers are not as willing to give out appointments right now to new agents because they are bleeding financially, essentially. That's kind of what's happening. So get all that in place in your home state. And then, so I did that for myself in California back in 2018. Then I started hiring, people in person. That was my core, my team in person. That was good for me because I could actually train them, I could see them, I could help them, I could watch over their shoulder and see how they were doing things and really kind of learned to be a manager. If you already have some experience doing that, then you could just dive straight into being remote. And like I said, you're tech savvy and whatnot. So then I built up a team of about 2 or 3 people in office, team members in physical location. And they kind of became my higher management team. And I started bringing on service team members to do the virtual assistants and service team members. What I highly recommend if you do want to plan on if you do want to hire some virtual assistants, I highly recommend going through an agency that specializes in insurance virtual assistants. They will help keep them accountable. They will help vet the quality candidates instead of just going out on some random website like Fiverr or maybe Upwork and trying to find your own person. The agency itself has the systems in place. They have the training. They recruit the right people, and they will really, get you set up with the right structure for that virtual assistant. Also, paying them is excellent. You can write it off. You don't have to put them on necessarily payroll when they're virtually out of the country. So those are kind of some major benefits of that too. But highly recommend going through an agency. It's more expensive, but you will reap the benefits of getting a quality team and people doing things the right way. So, once you have your core, this is how I did it. I got my core. I started hiring service people to get stuff off my in-person team, service stuff off their plate, started delegating some of that work to the service team, and really kind of started to separate the departments of sales and service. So I really kind of separated those things: the service, certificates of insurance, payments, renewals, changes to policies, policy questions about billing, like all these little things that were coming in and gobbling up an hour or 2 hours or 3 hours off my sales team, which at the time were kind of handling sales and service. I really wanted to get that completely off their plate, handled by a virtual assistant that brought the cost down of service and allowed them to focus purely on sales, which started to kind of go up and elevate, and then started leading them, funneling more leads and really start pumping up the marketing. So the structure starts to shift. You start with hiring one person. You really need them to handle service and you focus on sales, or vice versa. They handle sales and you handle service, whoever's better at that. But you start to get stuff off each other's plate, delegate, and you can start to build the team. You need to just analyze who is best at what, give them full 100% responsibility and delegate. That's one of the hard parts as you start to grow. But that's kind of the structure that I did. If you want to do it fully remote, you need to start first off recruiting, have very, very well fine-tuned processes on sales, service, whatever you're hiring for your virtual team. That the processes are going to be key, and the training, let's just say if you're doing carrier trainings for quoting, like having videos on every single step by step how to do that is going to be essential to getting them up and running, because you're not going to be able to see them. And so the key there with the videos is that you can hire people, train them, have them do that without taking up so much of your time. We do this regardless for our in-person team and virtual team, but having video trainings of you doing things is going to be the key to scaling a virtual team. So getting maybe somebody to help you with editing videos and putting together training videos, that is also another great way to do things. Hopefully that does help answer some of the questions on how to do that. I'll just name drop the VA system that we use. It's Viva. It's a Latino-based, Latin American-based virtual assistant agency for insurance agents, and I think they do real estate agents too. We really prefer Spanish-speaking versus the Philippines or maybe some other virtual assistants in other countries. We see a lot of the Philippines and we see a lot of Latin America. We really prefer the Spanish-speaking agents because we have so many Spanish-speaking customers in California. So that's what I recommend. Viva, shout out to them. They're pretty good. The people that they bring in, there's top-notch people. They're all very well educated and really, really sharp. Some of the best additions to my team that I've ever made. So highly recommend it. Hopefully that helps answer some of your questions. And that is all I got for you. We will see you guys at the top. See you soon. Peace.